was cool. Okay, hey guys, welcome back. This is Raylan. I'm Mackenzie, and welcome back to season 2 of our podcast. If you were here for season 1, super awesome. If you weren't, you should go watch season 1 because it was pretty entertaining in my opinion. But we're here for season 2, and guess what, guys? We have an announcement for you. We have a name now.
Yes. Sorry.
It took a while. And definitely, we went through quite a few ideas, but we have decided on agree to disagree. Yay! Because we just have so many, differing opinions. And I feel like we're very, polar opposite in a lot of ways. So, agree to disagree.
Yes.
But now we're starting season 2 with, a lighthearted topic. I think it's more lighthearted than our normal ones.
Not really serious. Okay. So,
we have a new mic.
This is just going to have to do it for now. But our topic today, well, I think title of this episode is Take It or Leave It.
Yes.
This topic is just pet peeves and our hot takes. Obviously, you don't have to agree with these. We're just sharing them because it also shows how different we are. Mm-hmm. So, Mackenzie, why don't you start us off? So we can just go back and forth with
first, though, I would like to take a quick intermission to introduce my Dutch Bros order because it's really good.
Yes.
This is a small iced chai with oat milk instead of regular milk because I'm lactose intolerant, and sugar-free salted caramel, and then soft top, and it's so good and it tastes so delicious. What'd you get?
I got raspberry lemonade. Just so refreshing. Yeah. We're not gonna say what I said. Yeah. Continue. On to the episode.
Okay. So mine are a mix of pet peeves and hot takes. I didn't separate them. Okay. My first one, I feel like this isn't even a hot take. It just bothers me. When people on TikTok, specifically TikTok mukbangers, they post, they're specifically the ones that are petition to be your favorite mukbanger, and it's them with sauce drenched everywhere. All over their hands, on their mouth, and they don't wipe it. That's my big issue. You can bite it, and you can have ranch right here, but if you don't wipe it away, or when they do, the cheese, fountain thing, and they're dousing it, and then they get it all over their mouth, and they're oh, okay.
Lick it or wipe it off.
I agree. And I'm this is just gross. This isn't appetizing at all. I don't like what you're eating. You're kind of deterring me from whatever you're eating right now.
Right. Exactly.
That's my hot take. Hold on, I have to pull up Raylan's.
I feel like that's more of a pet peeve.
I agree.
That's a pet peeve. I don't think people love that.
Some people.
I've never met
No,
people.
some people are
Okay. Pet peeve. Sorry. People who make it such a big deal to make their bed. You're just gonna go and sleep in it again. Because, okay, my thing is, okay. And if you guys are going to come at me and be like, oh no, that's just like saying, oh, I'm not going to shower because I get dirty tomorrow. That is hygiene. Making your bed, okay, washing the sheets every 2 weeks or so.
Concur.
Great, that's fine, that's clean. Making your bed, it does not matter. I'm the only one in my room sleeping in my bed. I don't care if it's made. It just upsets me when these motivational people, they're first thing you do when you wake up, it truly uplifts you, making your bed. I don't care. I really don't sometimes, because when I come back, I'm just going to see all that effort go away when I go back into my bed.
Speak on it.
Because
also, can I add?
Yes.
If you don't wear your outside clothes in your bed, it's not nearly as disturbing as you think it is to not make your bed, because
right.
I feel there's a difference between cleaning your bed and making your bed, and
right.
Making it is
I
not
love
always
cleaning
necessary.
my bed. Love cleaning it, but making it, the bed is already made. A bed is a bed. It is not my life. It is not my everything.
Yes, facts.
Anyways, sorry, your turn.
Ooh. Sorry guys if you just heard a really intense crack on my nail. I dropped the mic. This one? Okay, I'm skipping around a little bit because some of mine are boring. This makes me really upset. And I'm just going to kind of tie 3 of my points into one because it's kind of the same thing. I am what some would describe as grammar police, and that's okay, in my opinion. when people
I
say...
am a victim.
Yeah, Raylan is a victim. She sent me, I think it was for my birthday, she sent me like a cute little paragraph and she used the wrong effect and...
But I said it.
Yeah, she was like, I don't know if I used
the
it.
right one.
And I was like, but I appreciate it. So, okay, this is the big one. When people say, I could care less. Because that implies that you care a significant amount to have, like, a margin of error and room to grow. You know what I'm saying? So for you to say, I could care less, implies that you care a lot. So, like, they're like, oh, like, I don't even care. Like, I could care less. Do you care or you don't? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, here's... You're gonna get mad at me because I don't understand the difference.
You don't.
Because I'll be like, oh, I could care less about what you do.
Okay.
Explain it to me.
I could care less implies that you have a certain degree of care that you can decrease.
Yes.
So if you're here, like, this is like zero care.
Yeah.
I could care less implies that you are up here. So there's this whole margin for you to not care. Like,
Now what's I couldn't care less?
I couldn't care less implies that you are already at the bottom.
Okay,
There's no more room.
I get it.
You see, guys?
My mistake.
All it takes is a minute of learning. Like,
Exactly.
It could change your life.
Exactly.
Now, just additionally, I also don't like when you use the wrong there, the wrong your, or the wrong to. Your, especially because that is so easy. If it's not you are, it's your. But if it is you are, it's with the apostrophe, okay? And it's not that hard. You know what I'm saying? If you think in your head and you're like, I could replace my your with you are, put the E.
Then you can put
You don't even need the apostrophe. You can just put the E. Like, that would change life. You know what I'm saying? That would save me. I'm so serious. And then there is like my least concerning one because I'm just like, whatever. In my
There? That's
there.
your least-
If
Really?
I use it, like, if people use it wrong, I'm like, okay. When I use it wrong, I crash out. Like, when I accidentally make a mistake, like, but if other people do, I'm
But
like,
they
okay.
mean so many different things. How can people... Also, my forehead is like shiny.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's fine. Okay.
I feel like, but with context, like, there doesn't really matter. Because if you use they are wrong, that's your fault. I'm not giving you any grace for that. You should know where the apostrophe goes and where it doesn't. But, like, there, at a certain point, I'm like, you might have just genuinely never learned that. And that's not really something you can use, like, common sense to guess for. Like, you have to read a lot to get that common sense. 2 and 2 is not acceptable. You're either going to somewhere or you're comparing things, and they're very different context. And I don't care. Oh, give me no. No, just pick up a book. I promise it. It'll help. I promise. But yeah. I feel like that's a justified pet peeve.
It is. I don't think you're crazy.
I just
don't
expect
think
you
you're
to
crazy.
have a literacy level above a second grader. And that's not my fault.
Okay, sorry. Okay. When did I crack my screen?
That's my fault.
Oh.
How would the crack be in your screenshot?
Anyways, we're gonna ignore that. Okay. Oh, okay. This was like a funny one that won't upset many people, as far as I'm aware. When people put fruit on salad. Okay, I'm not talking about fruit salad. Fruit salad's so
refreshing.
yummy.
I agree.
Anyways, but if you put like the greens, cucumbers, tomatoes, and all that kind of stuff, wonderful. But if I see a strawberry or a raspberry, what are you doing here? What are you doing here?
I agree.
Like, who invited you? Who invited you onto this salad? Because, or mandarin oranges! Or mandarin...
Oranges
Yes!
salad? They actually...
Okay. Everything I just said before. Ranch. Not potatoes. Tomatoes. Kale. Any of that stuff. Typical stuff. Almonds, you're pushing it. Because why is there a in my...
Yeah.
But a fruit? No. You don't belong here. Sorry, we're not welcoming you.
OMG!
No offense.
Guys, we are inclusive, I promise.
But, like, me personally, fruits and veggies, separate. This is also a little side note. People who want to debate, oh, this is a fruit or this is... I don't care! I'm just gonna eat it! I do not care.
Unfortunately, I do know the difference between fruit and vegetables. And starches. So.
Oh my gosh, do not get me started. Agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree. Agree to disagree. Anyways, okay. This one, I feel like this is not a hot take, but some people are just so annoying about it. Probably one of my most severe social pet peeves is when something happens that is is arguable. Like, there's no objective right or wrong, okay? And then someone tries to correct me on it. What are you correcting me on if there is no literal standard of correct or wrong? You're not corrected. That's not how this works. Because, sorry, let me relax. Because especially when it's like about like spicy food. And then someone's like, oh, that food is spicy. Someone's like, no, it's not. It's actually not, though. It's actually not spicy at all. Did anyone ask? Like, oh my gosh. Someone, like, that was, like, way too sweet for me. Well, I actually only put in a tablespoon of sugar, so you're lying. It's actually not sweet. That is so, like, there's so much room to grow, and you're taking so much time to just dwell on this one opinion that someone has. That's just... It's just not how it works, like, truly. And I totally respect the fact that you can have an opinion and you can have a moral belief that you are more aligned with, like, validity and truth than other people are, but you are not. You are just logically and truthfully and accurately not. Like, I just wanted to tell you. And it's I can't. Or when I'm arguing with people that don't know what they're talking about and they swear they do, so they keep correcting me like they know, you don't. And that's okay.
Can you have an example?
One time, if you're asking, one time, I am working on a math question, like a math equation with people in my class, super light work. I'm in a group with 3 men. And this is not to imply that men are inherently bad. Don't get up in my face and be like, you hate men. No, I don't. Relax. It is just it's just an objective truth that sometimes people believe that they are superior to other people because of defining traits that they have. And men can have that belief because of a defining trait of their gender. Yes, yes. So I was in a group with 3 men, and they are all very intelligent people. We were doing a math problem. There were multiple ways to solve it, okay? You could do the little FOIL method, you could complete the square, you could graph it, like, there were so many things going on.
I like
okay?
The square.
And we were just working, we were doing our life, we're living it up, and this guy looks at me and he's like, that's not how you do it. And I'm like, what do you mean? We have the same answer written. And I graphed it because graphing makes sense to me. I can just plug it in, everything works. Mm-hmm. And he's like, you can't graph it. And I'm like, but I just did. So what happened? And he was like, no. And then he starts going into this long-winded, like, intellectual rant about how the way that he did it was better. And I was like, I just don't care. I don't. And I've already done the work, so I'm not going to erase it, copy your work, and move on with my day like you just changed my life because we got the same answer regardless. There was no objective right or wrong. And he still wanted to argue with me, and that was where I got upset, you know? And I think that's valid.
That's valid.
That's valid for me.
That's understandable.
And that's my piece.
Thank you.
That's mine.
Yes. Okay. Ooh. Sorry, guys. Okay, we're gonna. Should I do a funny one or more like? Okay.
Do whatever your heart desires.
People. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Facts.
You know who you are if you're watching this. People who just love to gaslight me as a joke. Holy moly! Holy moly! Like, okay, it's funny. It's funny. I can laugh. I can giggle. I can joke around a little bit. But if you know who you are, I'll be talking to this person, and they say something. I'm like, oh wait, did you say that? And they're like, no, I didn't. And I was like, oh, okay. I just thought I heard you say that, and I'm so genuine, and I'm so believing and trusting of them. And they're like, no, I didn't. I was lying to you. Why would you do that? Why? Why are you lying to me? It's just so like, I just feel so much betrayal. It's like I thought I was stupid.
I thought I knew you.
I thought I was stupid for hearing that. I thought I was hearing the voices in my head, but it was really just you, and you're lying to me. And they think it's so funny. I let it slide because it's funny. But if it's something, if it's my last straw that day, I'm sorry. Like, I'm gonna blow up.
That's gonna send you over?
It can be last straw sometimes. Okay, anyways.
Okay. I feel like this is more when I'm speaking to, like, not older people, but just, like, people that are older than me. Or, no hate to the people that baby talk to their partners. A little, but it's like either when I speak to those type of people or I speak to people that are older than me. My pet peeve as someone with my own cognizant and working brain is when people use, like, kid words in a conversation with other fully grown adults. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm speaking to a group of adults, okay? They're a bunch of, like, people that, like, have worked with my mom, know my mom, whatever. We're having a conversation, okay? And I tell my mom, BRB, okay? I need to go to the bathroom. This woman looks me down the face. I'm 17 years old. She teaches, like, 5th graders also, like, too old for her to be using this type of language with me. And she was like, do you need to go potty? No. No, I don't. You actually just dried up my urine and it sucked back into me. I don't need to go anymore. Matter of fact, I don't. Because what do you mean do I need to go potty? You teach 10-year-olds. They know where the bathroom is. They can wipe themselves. Why are we still saying potty? And this also applies to people that speak to any child under the age of, like, 12 like they're a baby. I'm like, the way that children grow up and develop good speech ability is by speaking to them like they're a person instead of, you need to go potty? Gucci, Gucci, go. Like, what are you doing?
What is Gucci Goo? And why don't I understand?
I just don't like when you speak to me like my brain is, like, still about yay big and, like, still develop, like, using milk only to grow. Like, I am old enough to drink water without drowning, I promise. And I feel like you should speak to me in a way that reflects that, you know?
Yes. We may seem like hateful people.
Yeah. It's actually not that serious. It's just for, like, the sake of
we
talking
promise
about it.
It's for fun.
Yeah.
If you came up to me and wanted to debate about this, I would rather not.
Yeah, if you actually genuinely looked at me and were like, I need to go potty, I'd be like, have fun. Like, I wouldn't crash out in front of you, but in my brain I'd be like, that's a little weird.
Right. But then we move on.
Yeah. It's not gonna ruin
this.
my day.
Yeah, this doesn't dictate. It's
our
just
well-being.
exactly.
Well-being,
Thank you.
affect us like that.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, let me turn that back on. My bad.
Okay. When people make me repeat myself, I'm going to be very specific because there's a specific thing that my mom does. But it's okay because she's my mom and I love her. But she does this a lot and I've just learned to cope with it. But it still bothers me sometimes, especially after a long day. Still love her though. This is a conversation.
Okay.
It's my mom. She's calling. Here you go. Hello? Raylan, hello? Hello? Where are you? I'm at home. You're at home? Is that not what I just said? Because if you I get you want to confirm. I totally get that. But after a long day, where are you? Oh, I'm at home. You're at home? Whoa, you could have just asked me that the first time. And our conversation would have been like a millisecond shorter. But every second counts. Every second matters.
Every minute on
And talking to kids to sometimes I don't want to repeat myself to kids, but I'm mean in a funny way to kids sometimes to where they think it's a joke.
Yeah.
So it just makes it more fun, but I don't mind with kids because their attention span is like not there. But
when you're an adult.
Love you, Mommy.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry guys, we're really navigating this new microphone. I'm having a hard time. Every time you pass it over, like, I almost, like, drop it. Okay, I don't know which one I should do. Okay. This is gonna be two different things. Okay. Hello? Sorry. So, this would be two different things. Number one, if you are at your big grown age and you have the ability and the privilege to get your license, to know how to drive, and you choose not to, what do you mean you are 37 asking me for a ride? Like, where have you been? You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Because I'm just like, I feel like you're old enough to get behind the wheel. Like, I feel like the teenage anxiety's gone.
My thing is, like, what if they're just really, like, scared of
You know,
behind the wheel?
if you have, like, chronic anxiety about driving, that's your business, okay? That's truly yours. And it's not going to bother me. It's not going to keep me up at night. But if you are, like, grown and you have the ability to drive, like, you've been offered, like, I'll teach you how to drive, I'll get you a car, and you still say no, and now you're asking me for rides? Like, what the heck? Now, on the topic of driving, people that don't use their turn signals. When merging, if you're turning and we are like at a stop sign, I don't care where you go when the stop sign, like when it's your turn, I don't care where you go. Truly, I don't. But if we're on the freeway, I had my first freeway experience today. I'm going 70 miles per hour. Pretty respectable I'm in the slow lane. Like that's how fast people around me are going. This person is switching in and out of both lanes. No turn signal, flying through, and everyone's like, hey, what's going on? And no regard at all. Then I'm on the streets, no turn signal, whipping in front of me. I'm like, hey, come on in, neighbor. Like, you didn't want to ask, you didn't want to tell me, you didn't want to let me know you're invading my personal space and like coming into my home. Like, why would you?
Your home.
Yes, this is my lane, and now you're up in the front of my car. I'm riding your bumper because you shot in front of me. And then you're gonna brake check me like I did something. Like, what the heck? These were all separate events, and I've never been in a detrimental car accident. I just want everyone to know I'm a safety on the road. I'm not a danger. I've never gone in a car crash. I'm not riding people's bumpers on purpose. I just need you guys to know.
Bumper biz? What did you say?
Bumpers?
I thought you said bumper biz. I was like,
no,
what
I stuttered when I said bumper, so I repeated it. But I need everyone to know, if you come unwelcomed into my home on the road, it's not my fault if I'm really close to you. Yeah. Like,
you chose to be there.
Right. You wanted to be this close. Like, you wanted to be near me. Physical affection is fine, but you have to ask. Like, you have to turn on the turn signal. You have to give me like a minute to wait, okay? Thank you.
Right. Beautiful. Should we move to hot takes?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, one of these I'm really passionate about.
Okay.
Why? Kind of most of mine are about food. Not really, actually. Maybe like half of them.
Okay.
Hot take. Imagine.
I'm imagining.
We're rolling up to just fry place. Like, you can get fries here.
Okay.
I say, hey, can I get like some like waffle fries?
Yeah.
So good,
just
right?
Regular waffle
right.
Fries. Yeah, of course.
I go, hey, what do you want? Someone goes, I would really like sweet potato fries. You're a liar! Because why are we acting like they're so good? Sweet potato fries. Sweet potato. Sweet. It literally tastes like the color orange. I get that it's orange, but the fact that it tastes exactly like what orange would taste like, and I know you're probably like, wouldn't orange taste like the fruit orange?
No, I know what you mean.
It wouldn't.
I know what you
because mean. Whose favorite color is orange?
I know people.
And I bet they like sweet potato fries.
I don't think so.
I redact my statement. But, like,
sorry.
I swear, like,
no,
just something, just something.
They're and they're always soggy.
Yes, they never get the crunch. They never, even if it has a little thin layer of that, like, what do you call it? Misleading. It's like misleading, and you're like, oh, it's gonna be crunchy. It's just straight up mush. Baby food. Sweet potato, baby food. Mm-hmm. That is what I think. That's it. Sorry if you like sweet potatoes, but that's a hot take.
Yeah. It's our hot takes,
it's
guys.
Our hot takes.
You can't tell us we're wrong.
Right.
There's room to argue. But, okay, this is my personal belief. I would say that I am a very particular person about sweets. Like, I like sweets a lot, but I only like certain sweets. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that I like is boba, but I'm very particular about my order. I really like brown sugar milk boba. But my issue is, when you give me brown sugar, it's like the little brown milk cup, whatever, I'm drinking it, I'm like, okay, Great. I drink it, and it tastes more like tea than it tastes like anything else. Is so disturbing to me. And I know that it's in the name sometimes. I truly understand that it is implied that it will be there, and it's okay. It's asked for permission, like it got its way in. But I just don't like when I get a refreshing brown sugar sweetness, and then all of a sudden I feel leaves down my throat. I'm like, ugh. And like, it's just so gross. And I respect it, but I wish it wasn't two separate flavors every time I drank it. Like, I wish it wasn't like sweet deliciousness and then tea.
Right, like brown sugar and milk tea. It should be brown sugar milk tea.
Like, it tastes like there's some, like, it tastes like when you have like one drink in a cup and then you like finish that drink and then you put water in the cup. So there's like an underlying flavor, but it's not supposed to be there. Like, that's how I feel every time I drink it. And it's so like, it's such a hit or miss, because sometimes it says brown sugar milk tea and then there's no actual tea in it, and then sometimes it'll do like the tiger sugar thing and then there's tea in it. Can we just stop misleading me, please, and be honest? Honesty, there's always a safe space for honesty, and now is the time to be honest. What does it taste like? And I wish that I could do like a sampler, but that's just not how this works. So I just have to guess. And then when it's wrong, I'm just sad and disturbed with a $7 cup of milk and like leaves. It's okay though.
Understandable.
It's okay.
Understandable. It's okay. What's one we can both...
We can agree?
No.
Oh, agree to
Not
disagree?
agree to disagree.
I don't know.
Let's think.
What's something you like really like?
Okay, how do you feel about enemies to lovers?
No. I don't like it.
Okay, I agree. Okay, we can't talk about that. What about... See, I can't even... Okay, what about childhood to lovers?
Okay. Can I ask for context really quick?
Yes.
Is it like childhood to lovers, like they've always like low-key liked each other, or is it childhood to lovers like she liked him and then he randomly starts liking her later?
That one.
I don't like that.
Dang it!
That's like Jeremiah and Belly, and I don't like that. Agree to disagree.
We're not going to talk about that. Hopefully you guys didn't hear that. But what is something...
I'm thinking.
We're pretty... I feel like we do have things that we disagree on, but...
Yeah. We definitely have a lot of the same like interests though. I don't know. Sorry, it's just like the dull mixing of my eyes.
Okay, we need a good one that we can...
I know, we need one that like we can
we
truly
either
disagree on.
Yes. Either really agree or really disagree.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, we're trying to figure one out.
Yeah, maybe we're not like peak. Okay, what's your favorite like relationship like dynamic? You know what I'm saying? Like the jock and like the nerd, like that's like the jock and cheerleader. Like, what's your favorite type of thing?
My
like that?
favorite?
Yes.
Okay. I like friends to lovers.
Okay.
What's your favorite?
Friends to lovers. Guys, this isn't going well for us.
This really... Hold on.
I like the only version of enemies to lovers that I can work with is like academic rival type of thing. Like, I can't do like you bully me and then like all of a sudden we're in love. Like, that's weird to me. But like I can do like, oh, like I don't like that you are smarter than me. Like, that I can work with.
Okay, the one thing that we do disagree on is like the whole dating thing and stuff like that. That's something... But we've talked about that whole past season.
Yeah, there's like, I was like, the whole like last season was literally just us. I was agreeing to disagree on that.
So maybe we just agree to agree.
Yeah, maybe this is part 2.
Maybe we just don't change our names. Wait, maybe we do change our names.
What?
To agree instead of agree to disagree.
No, but I guarantee you next episode we're gonna not agree on anything.
Yes,
I really can't think of anything that like we like actively like hard disagree on, like for like stuff like that, like
yeah, I can't think of anything either.
Wow, that kind of sucks.
I know.
Right after our name debut too.
Sorry guys.
We have time though. It's only 30 minutes.
We have time.
So let's divulge into this.
Let's dive into just everything.
Yeah, let's just talk and then see if we start disagreeing.
Okay, cereal before milk.
Ew, wait.
Cereal.
Wait. Oh, yeah, I agree.
Okay,
Cereal
thank you. I was
before
about to crash out.
milk. No. I just don't see a point. Because I need to base how much milk I
Okay,
get off
do
of
you
how much
do you
cereal
make
I
your
get.
bed? Be honest.
No.
Okay, great.
No, I like making my bed, but I don't ever do it.
Right.
Like, I like looking at a made bed, but I don't
Yeah.
ever want to do the work.
Yeah, I agree. Why can't we just?
What do you think is what's the biggest height difference you'll like allow in like media and stuff? It doesn't have to be with your actual like relationship, but like in media and stuff. Like, what do you think is like too much of a height difference?
If my head is at your hip, we cannot like have a conversation. I cannot be like that at you. If I can go like this, yes, but if I have to stretch and strain my neck,
I think I've got into a like development in my brain and like age where I'm like, this is just unacceptable.
Yeah.
Because it comes to a point where you do not need to be a foot taller than me. Like, that's just you're pushing your limits.
Let's be realistic.
Yeah.
Because people who romanticize pet peeve, people who romanticize height differences and stuff like that, or the like, oh, he's only sunshine and like grumpy guy, or whatever, that dynamic.
I don't like when the guy is like too oblivious and dumb. Like, and I mean this in a very very like fictional sense. Like, I'm not talking about real people, but I'm talking about when he is specifically written to not be very smart. I don't like that. I would rather you give him a brain. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
give him
yes.
his own thoughts. Like, because there's just nothing going on behind those eyes. And then, like, there's dialogue, and I'm like, he's forming his very first thought on Earth right now. Like, that's what this whole conversation is. And I just can't do it.
I agree. Unfortunately, we agree once again.
Actually, we agree to
But
agree.
back to the height difference thing, I'm just like, I do not want to strain my neck. I don't want you, that point of view of me like,
up in my
that
forehead.
are you like a 0.5? No.
Yeah, I can't.
No. If it looked like, I'm concerned if you have that height difference. Personally, I'm not going to judge, but I'm just concerned.
Of course.
Just concerned, because, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you.
I agree.
Thank you.
Because I'm like, now, what's going on? What is your intention with this height difference? That's my only question. I'm just saying.
We're just concerned about your safety, and
really,
we really just want to make sure that
I want to make sure you're safe.
Right, exactly.
I don't know, the only thing I can think about like that we like disagree on is when we find like characters cute. Cause and that's okay.
As a joke, not seriously, you will never catch me with a poster in my room of him. Nick Wilde. Do you like Nick Wilde?
The fox?
Yes. Okay, great.
I can't.
Guys. My pet peeve is when people just hate on people. I'm not a furry. Nick Wilde. When I was younger, when did this movie come out?
When you were younger.
When did this
8
movie
years
come
old.
out?
She's like, I need
When did this?
that.
No. It's like the aura.
I think
It's
it came
not.
out in like 2018, 2017.
Let's not make it about the fact that he's an animal.
Okay. I
Let's.
feel like that's a big part of it.
No, because he has clothes on.
That's not what I said! It came out in 2016. It came out on Ty's birthday.
Hold on.
Ty's my sister, guys.
Happy birthday, Ty. Not really. On March 4th.
I was like, what do you
Wait,
mean,
how
not
many years
really?
ago? 9 years
9?
ago?
Why'd you pull out my calculator?
Okay, I was like 9. 9 pushing 10. It's the aura. If the fox had no clothes on and he was barking and he was, or whatever, like, obviously I would have no attraction to him.
Yes, of course.
But it's the fact that he's like a man.
Okay.
And
right.
he's funny.
Okay.
And he's clever.
Okay.
Like, you can't blame me for that.
I see the appeal personality-wise, but I just can't move past the fact that it's an animal. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, but...
It's called Zootopia, I fear. For a reason. And that's just my opinion.
Okay,
That's just my opinion.
but you cannot hate.
I'm not hating.
Yes, you are.
No,
Yes,
I'm
you are.
not.
She's hating
I'm
all the
just
facts.
saying that there is room to pick
he is
someone
kind.
better. Was he?
He turned into a policeman?
He was an organized crime boss for like the first
No,
time.
he was not.
Yes, he was.
He literally just made popsicles.
No, he...
Literally, that's literally all he
Didn't
did.
he steal the stuff from the ice cream people and then resell it to the little people? Like the little animals?
Yeah, but why does that, like...
That is an organized crime. That is an organized crime.
Anyways,
Theft at a large scale
back,
and then reselling it for a higher price is an
back
organized
to the
crime.
real topic here.
Mm-hmm. I'm just confused by the kind part.
Maybe he wasn't kind, but he helped Judy Hopps out. I'm not gonna be that person though. That's like, I need Nick Wilde. No,
Yeah, of course.
He's nice.
Okay.
Nice character,
Agree to disagree.
clever.
Agree to disagree.
Explain your point of view.
So
you're telling me you've never had a little crush on an
animal?
animated character?
I have.
Who?
But humans.
But an animal.
No.
Not even.
I've never had a crush
You're
on
telling
an
me
animal.
not even freaking what's his face from My Little Pony, Applejack's brother.
That was your crush! You're telling me you never wanted the horse?
Are you serious?
Yes, I did not like her older brother. I thought he was like a good character, but he's just too like dopey sounding. Not dopey, but he was just very like slow spoken. Like it was just too much.
But the country accent.
I don't like country accents.
You know
I'm not
what?
into it. Agree to disagree.
Wow! Hot take. I love country accents.
I can't. I don't.
Love them. Love them.
I think they're fine.
They're like, you know,
It's a very like stereotypical twang though, and it's kind of just people.
twang. What does twang mean?
Twang is just like the way you speak. Like
Okay.
it's just like an accent, but like if we're all speaking in the same general accent, but there's like a certain difference, that's a twang.
Okay.
So like the difference between us and like the way that people in California speak, like we have a different twang,
Right.
You know,
Mhm.
like only reason that I can imagine people like country accents is just because of like the romantic association that the South has. Like I just can't imagine it being anything other than like deep rooted like romance in the South, which is fine. But I just like I don't immediately hear a country accent and I'm like, I need that. Like
No, I'm not.
no, I'm not saying that's you specifically, but I'm saying
Okay,
that people
thank you.
that really like prefer country accents over everything else, it's kind of just like the familiarity with Southern romance, which is fine. I just don't personally gravitate toward
But
it.
back to Applejack's older brother.
I was not interested in him at
Or
all.
any animals.
No. I cannot recall a single animal that I had a crush on. Like an animated animal, I cannot think of one. I can think of people that I had crushes
Okay,
on, but
who?
when Jack and the Neverland Pirates, I liked Jack.
Okay.
that was my queen. I liked Danny Phantom. I liked the brunette from Wildcrats. No interest in the blonde one. Didn't care
Really,
for him.
I
Did you?
loved the blonde.
You loved
one.
her?
I love the blonde.
Very
one.
telling. I can tell. I was never interested in the blonde one. I never cared
Loved
for
him.
him. I loved the brunette
Loved the blonde one.
though. Really?
The matching blue with the eyes, like.
But it was just like it was overdone.
No,
I didn't care.
I literally had him on my Spanish presentation when I was introducing myself to the class. I said, "This is my boyfriend." When I had no.
Wait, you
I,
got that?
But I didn't even have a boyfriend at the time.
Yeah, I was never interested in him. I loved the brunette one. He was fuego, but I just was not interested in
But you didn't.
the blonde.
On any animal.
I really cannot think of one that I had at the time. Like, truly. Because I, like... Yeah, when I was younger, I didn't watch, like, shows with, like, animated animals. And when I did, they were, like, not attractive to me. What are you gonna say? No, say it. Speak your truth.
I'm ashamed of myself. I let myself go.
Do you have more animal crushes than Applejack's brother and Nick Wilde? Go ahead. I know you have it. I know you have it. Go say it. Say it.
Okay, the TikTok edits don't help, okay?
Okay.
They just pop up,
Okay.
and I get it.
Okay.
Edits make everything better.
Okay. About who though?
Okay, add a thing for Jack Frost from
Okay.
Rise of
Yeah,
Gargan.
yeah. Oh, I liked Jack Frost when I was younger. He was a blonde I could accept.
Yes. But the
bunny?
bunny?
Okay. Personality, again, I get it, but the build of the bunny was really disturbing for me, and I could not.
What?
I
He
said,
was tall!
his feet were like
So
12 feet
tall,
long.
so
He
tall.
wasn't that tall, though.
Yes, he was.
He was not.
Yes, he was.
Guarantee he was
Taller than Santa. I can guarantee you that.
He was probably taller than Santa, but Santa's probably like 4'11". Like, that's like saying I'm taller than Emma. Like, it doesn't matter. There's no
Bro.
difference.
Anyways, I'm just like, I thought I was normal.
I know that there are people in this world that will agree with you for sure, Z's, but I just like, when people explain the appeal to me, I can see it, but I've never like watched an animated movie and been like, wow, hashtag need that about an animal. You know what I'm
But
saying?
I'm not like hashtag need that.
No, but
I'm
it's just
like,
it's
if
never
I was
been
in that universe.
It's never been a like personally provoked thought. Like someone
Okay.
else has always had to bring it up for me to like even think about it.
Okay.
I've just never personally been like, ooh, baddie. You
I'm
know?
not a freak. I just
You
enjoy
have diverse options.
I enjoy the arts
Yes.
of animation.
Yes. And you enjoy character writing, which is good.
Yes.
Complex characters.
Yes.
Very complex.
Agree to disagree. Agree to disagree.
That was good. We found something.
Exactly.
Okay.
That was perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
Now it's been 40 minutes.
Yes, we spent like 10 minutes arguing about that.
Yes. Okay. Is there anything to close with? Any last remarks?
No. What are we planning on doing in this new season? Let's talk about that really quick. What are we hoping for? Because it's summer. We have so much time. Well, Ram has dropped now, so like a little less time than we thought we had, but it's fine. So what are we planning on doing? For this season, I want to implement one guest. One new guest that we haven't had before. Have we? The only guest we had was Max.
And that was an interesting episode.
Yeah, I liked that episode, but I just feel like
but it was a little rough in the beginning.
Yeah.
But
because like he's not a yapper. We need more.
Yeah.
I feel like I would want to introduce a new guest, someone that
that
matches our like talking frequency.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I would really. Well, we're getting this Spotify. This podcast on Spotify. Great. We have a name now. We have a little logo that you'll see soon.
It should be the cover of the
work in progress. Is very much a work in progress. But something I want more episodes out.
Yeah.
Somewhere because more consistent, so we can find our groove. But it was easy to get back into it. But
we need to pre-record a couple because we said we were gonna pre-record a couple before Raylan went to college, and then we filmed one and we posted it the week after she left.
Yeah.
So.
Oops.
But it's okay. We're gonna try to get more. I think a while ago we planned of doing like movie reviews, and I think we need to do that.
Yes.
I think if
show reviews.
I agree. I think if we watch like a movie like independently,
before
like the day before, take notes,
back.
come back, talk about our feelings on it.
Perfect.
Go through it
without even talking to each other.
No mentions. But it has to be movies that are like pretty old because I don't want to like spoil stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I have to tell you about this movie I watched. It was so
What is it called?
Crazy. Remember Me? It has Edward Cullen. I don't remember his actor. What's his name? Robert Pattinson. It has Robert Pattinson. He's the main character. So crazy. The plot twist at the end was insane. So if you guys want a movie recommendation, watch Remember Me with Robert Pattinson.
Yes, and we'll work on movies, features.
Yeah. Less about our romantic life, guys. Like you don't care anymore.
Because you guys love that, and now we're done with that. We're done.
Yeah,
we've moved
guys, we know you want us, and we know you're taking notes, but you have to calm down. We're done.
We're done.
Yeah.
We're done.
This parasocial relationship can't keep happening. We have to stop. So, yeah, I want to branch out into more like silly stuff for season 2.
Yes. Okay.